Is this a good angle or not? How's everybody doing? What does it look like? It's foggy or something. You guys guess where I'm at? Hey Jeff. Hey Lonnie. What's up, Truth? Let's see here. Look at those mountains. And it's irrigation canal. But over here, seems to be a fence. Look at what this one says. It won't get bigger. Can you guys read that? Unauthorized photography within a federal facility is prohibited by federal law and by order of the commanding officer. That one says warning, restricted area, keep out. I am at the it's called NAS Fallon. It's where they train the Navy Top Gun pilots. This is it was like in that, yeah, they are just policies, Jeff, you're right. And I'm not inside the fence, too. They would probably like to come around and tell me not to film out here, but I'm not filming, it's a live stream. So I wanted to have a little bit of a discussion today. I've heard on like other YouTube channels, I've heard people say that if you get pulled over for a traffic violation and they ask you for ID, do you have to give it to them? It's funny how you said clause, like clause in a paragraph. Clause. What do you think? If you get pulled over, aha, Jeff, you make a good point. That is a very good point. Because I think, you're right. In that instance, drivers should, I'm guessing. Is there wind? I'll get rid of it. Sorry. I had the windows down and it made it cross breeze in here. But yeah, I've heard I've heard on another channel that if you're operating a motor vehicle, then you are suspected of committing a traffic violation or infraction, then you have to give ID. What's up? You have the right to remain silent. Yeah, good, truth. That's right. Even if I did have a license, I would say that I'm not acting in that capacity unless you can show evidence that I'm transporting persons or cargo for hire. I mean, it's like the biggest scam of the century. Getting people to waive their rights at a traffic stop because they call them a traffic stop. But how do you know that that you're in traffic, you know? The police, they all get paid to do what they do. And it's kind of strange because, you know, it's like they go around forcing people into their policy. Joey Surreal last night on a live stream caught a cop sleeping in the cop car with the pillow his mouth open and drooling with the light bar on. Yeah, I mean, if they're not, I mean, that makes sense. If they're not trying to make money, they're probably just not, you know, they're not really doing much. And I mean, I don't know. I can't say that. I have to leave some hope that there that there are good cops out there. You guys think there are? You tried what and got arrested in New Jersey? Yeah, that's a great distinction you're making there, RD, because if a cop pulls you over for traffic infraction and he can't prove that you're quote unquote driving or operating always means in a business capacity also. But if he can't verify that you're driving for hire, you know, like in a big rig where you have to keep a logbook and everything, then odds are you are not driving, and therefore you don't need to present all that stuff, a license, registration, insurance. Yeah, Datsun. That was my first car. This is Datsun B210. Yeah. They've incrementally stolen this right to travel from us, you know? That's why I created this. And I don't know. There's been a lot of people ordering them, trying to keep up, but yeah, we just got a big shipment of the black plates and the original ones and the newest one here. And yeah, wow, you know, I want to give back. So if you place an order at shop.freedomfromgovernment.org over $100, you can use the code 30OFF to get $30 off. So I'd never corrected my status because, like, I can see that you would want to change the record that they have, but I'm not going to go begging anybody for my freedom. We got caught up in some, some stuff that isn't good for us. When we go and beg for our rights in the form of, they're repackaging our rights and selling them back to us as privileges, and that doesn't quite sound right. I think that the founding fathers were against that sort of thing. But yeah, $30 off, 30 off. Shop.freedomfromgovernment.org. We do have this brand new one. Yeah, well, see, that's because you're making a distinction. If you say in Canada I have fewer rights, you may very well have fewer rights in Canada. So, but in God's earth, which is not, there was no distinction made in the Bible about Canada or United States or America or any of that. I believe it said the whole world. It made reference to the world, having dominion over the world. That's what Genesis 1:26 says. You know what else it says in there? Man is to have dominion over the sea, over the fish of the sea, and the birds and all the animals. So that means when the government comes and tries to tell you that you have to apply for a license in order to catch a fish, it's like you're disobeying the Bible. Yeah. I mean, you can travel without plates. Just be prepared to explain yourself. I mean, I think the key to having successful interaction with the police is to treat them with respect, even if they don't treat you the same way. And respect doesn't mean you have to kiss their ass. It means respectfully, we have to teach them, So, yeah, well, the government is our servants. So, when you talk about the Bible to a public servant, you may want to remind them that we are, I mean, if you had a butler or something, a servant in your house, would you allow him to start making his own rules that were obnoxious and defiant and, threatening to you as your servant? We can be in fear, but being in fear and making decisions based in fear it will not ever get us where we need to be. So, I mean, can you imagine back in the days of horses and covered wagons, having another like a police wagon get behind you and turning on red and blue lights? No, you can't, because that's ridiculous. That's something that's happened over time where we've been conditioned through fear to relinquish our rights. Even when, and they got their foot in the door in the Commerce Clause when it said in the Constitution that government can regulate commerce. And that's how they do it. That's how they'll do it. That's how they're going to bring in the new Federal Reserve cryptocurrency as well. Yeah. They are going to, the FTX or whatever, you hear about that, how there was a scandal, fraud. That's what they're going to do. They're going to have all these independent cryptocurrencies, and they're going to be the ones that do it. They're going to commit fraud and mess with their money and pull money out and move money around on purpose, because what they want is the regulations that will result from the fraud. So that's what it'll be. Cryptocurrency is outlawed because of fraud, and now it has to be regulated, and it can only be in one group of elites' hands again, just like the Federal Reserve. It won't be the Federal Reserve because the Federal Reserve will be demonized and blamed for all the downfall of our society. But they'll implement a new digital one, and it'll be the same people but a new company. Federal Reserve is about as federal as Federal Express. Yeah, and the BRICS alliance. I guess Saudi Arabia joined, and they just announced that they're going to be accepting currency other than U.S. dollars. They're trying to de-dollarize, which means that well, I don't know. They haven't. They say, well, there's the dollar, the euro, and blah blah blah. The whatever they use in Saudi Arabia. I forget what it's called, but they're going to come up with a new currency that the BRICS nations are going to come up with that's asset backed. In other words, it's going to be gold backed, and it's going to be a real challenge to the dollar because the dollar is not asset backed. So I don't know. Yeah, well, China is part of the BRICS country. It's Brazil, Russia, China, India. Is it Spain? I know Egypt joined, Saudi Arabia. And it's hard to say that could be them all getting together to form a new world currency or something. Yeah, that's why we need to figure out. I mean, I don't know. It's currency and money is man-made, and it allows. I mean, it can be used as a tool, but not when it's not when it's being destabilized on purpose. So, yeah, I don't know. So if a cop pulls you over, or if somebody on a video says, if you get stopped and you're operating a motor vehicle, you have to present ID if you have committed a traffic infraction. Does that sound right? I mean, that sounds like they use that as an excuse to violate people's rights. Because I always thought it was, no victim, no crime, not traffic infraction gives them the right, because at that point, if you're not giving them ID and they demand it, then, it's too late. If you don't know the difference and you just hand it over because you think you're doing what you're supposed to. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Wow, it looks like it's snowing over there. Look at this. It's like totally snowing up there. Yeah, Jeff. That's right. No victim, no crime. Like, if I don't know, if there's no victim, even traffic, no victim. It goes. I feel like it should go the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Is it Alejandro? Man, it's. Hey, thanks, Matt. Yeah, woohoo, 100K. Like people who did take the jab, oh, even if you didn't, we still live in some curious times where people are just dying suddenly. And man, we need to act like we only this is it. This is our one chance. Love, life, health, wealth, wisdom is all of our divine right and great abundance to receive. To give, to receive, and great abundance. We create from the words we speak. Amen. Trent, can you role play how you would interact with the policy enforcement agent? They're going to start the target the ones who have not taken the jab. Oh, wow. Yeah, messed up. So, yeah, well, cops that come up to your window, right? Usually. And really, they'll try to get it right to the point right away. License, registration, insurance. And I'll say, are you planning on using any of those against me? Because I'm not into self-incrimination. Right away. And they'll say either yes or no. Yes, we're planning on using this stuff against you in court. So, or no, we're not. Either way the answer, I would say, well, I'm not here to provide you with the evidence, to incriminate me. So, you have to take it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you true that, Mike. Yep. So I would be like, you're gonna have to take it. Like, I'm not just gonna hand it over. You gotta take it. Because if you take it, and when you take it, any evidence obtained through threat, coercion, duress, anything obtained through like dirty means is inadmissible, and you use their own exclusionary rule to get that evidence thrown out, and consequently also the case. So if he's asking you to incriminate yourself by providing identification, he'll say, no, we're not, it's not, whatever. They don't get, we have to do most of the time, we're going to have to train them. So you tell the cop they have to take it, and that's why they publicize these window smashings so much. But they break a window in your face, and that is wrong. That is that's a criminal act. So I got AAA with they'll replace the windows with no premium, which is really cool. But I have to wait till May to get serious. It's going to be the summer before I'm doing some good stuff and traveling, and Yeah, well, if somebody's going to force you into a contractual agreement through fraud, they have no leg to stand on ever. It's always going to be fraud. No matter how you slice it, they can't claim that there's a legitimate contract because they never gave you full disclosure when you went and got your driver's license that it was going to be that you could go to jail if you committed a traffic infraction. And most people that have a driver's license are not operating in that capacity anyway. If a cop is going to pull me over and ask for or demand a driver's license, and they'll change their story real quick, you'll notice. But if they're going to try to demand a driver's license, I'll ask them, please, for evidence that I'm acting in commerce, that I'm transporting persons or cargo for hire. They won't be able to do that, Yeah, me too. Thank you, though. Well, that's a good question. Will not comply. Um, Insurance is, ultimately it's a scam. That's why I would say, as most state statutes, and I'm not saying that a state statute is even applicable to you not being employed by the state, but most state statutes allow for a bond as well. So what's in the lawful traveler package at shop.freedomfromgovernment.org on the last 2 pages of the 13-page declaration is a conveyance bond. And basically what it says basically is that you're not destitute, that you can handle your own affairs, you're competent, and that if you should happen to be in some incident, then you'd be able to handle it. You'd be able to make whoever you broke, you would be able to make them whole again. An insurance policy, I don't know. I would rather just have a savings account. Yes, Matt, that is such a good point. I know that ever since I've traveled without a license, that I am a very defensive driver. I mean, I don't take unnecessary risks. Would you recommend letting law enforcement know that you're traveling and not driving ahead of time? Yeah, I sent out notices to the local police department, sheriff's office, the district attorney's office, the presiding judge of the county, the secretary of state, the governor, the secretary of state for the federal level, and the vice president. So I put them all on notice. There's no way they can say that they didn't get notice because it was all certified as well. So, or registered, actually, the green ones. So I know they got it. I have proof that they got it, Yeah. So I don't know. Right now, if you go get these traveler tags, if you spend $100, you get $30 off if you use code 30OFF. Yeah, and if you're nervous about getting started, get a beater. Just go, find a cheap car and start and practice. That's what I did. I went through 30 off, exactly. What is it? Cop dog? Cope dog? How do you say it? Yeah. I got a beater. I had an old Ford Astro van, and it had like PBR stickers on the back and stuff. It was just like, it was a pull over Cope dog. It was like it was a cop magnet, but I put these not for hire plates on it. It was like the first original bait car. You can even look up on this channel where I did some bait car stuff. Like, man, it was probably a decade ago. I don't know. What's Harvey Dent claims? What is that? And I saw Scott Hauser mentioned too. People do their thing. And I'm kind of just standing by on all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe I just don't know enough about more of the other stuff. Yeah. Well, freedom from government, I intended to have to change the meaning of that at some point, because, people think that they want freedom from government. It's $30 off if you spend 100 or more. 30 off. Yeah, it works on the no trespass signs as well. Where was I? I was just saying, I was saying something that I got distracted. You know, it's Marco. When you say Mr. Trent, I kind of have I've always felt like there's something wrong about that Mr. title. I don't like it. It's a title. Just like Mr. Anderson in the Matrix. It was always like yeah, that's right. All right, yeah. I'm down with that. You know what else is cool? Check out this view. And then there's military base right here. This is that base that's in that movie Top Gun. Fallon, NAS. It's in northern Nevada. I guess authorized personnel is only allowed here. But this says unauthorized photography within a federal facility is prohibited by federal law and by order of the commanding officer. Like, who's that? Some officer, dude? Dude, he's probably got some pull around this place. Yeah. So somebody asked if I'm a private citizen. And like, I've heard that is good. Like private. I want to be private. And what is it, citizen or state national? Or is it with a capital C or a lowercase c? I mean, what am I getting myself into when I claim that I'm a citizen? Could I be construed as one of them sovereign citizens? Because the only sovereign citizen that ever displayed the tendencies of a sovereign citizen are police. You know, those people who are servants, but they act like they're some kind of something else. Like, I don't know, man. They need to be reminded right away when they become servants, that's what they are, you know? Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't see anybody hopping that fence to go take pictures. I could drive by the main gate. You guys want to do that? You want to see what's up with the main gate? This thing films still? Got it rigged up on this box. So, yeah, we can go check it out. We will. We're going to do that right now. Need a little bit of air going on. I'm just holding it. This is very illegal. There's all kinds of federales. All right. Warning. Keep out. Yeah, I don't like the word, man. It's like a title. If I had a title, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't realize I might be making the wind really noisy for you. I know, sorry. I realized that after I was already doing it. Oh no, buffering. They probably broke out the equipment that makes it scrambled. Yeah, I'm a man. That's right. Yeah, flesh and blood. Well, they got a driving range. Wonder if they got an arcade and bowling alley. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks, Wolverine. Appreciate it. There's the gate. Stop sign. In the middle of the road. We're in Nevada. I'm in Nevada, on Nevada. You know, they say state of Nevada, and I think that's a piece of paper. But so I can't be in a piece of paper, but I can be on the Nevada soil, on the soil of Nevada. So I think that's what I am. I'm on it. Yeah. You got some Doppler going on there. And some cell towers over here. Hopefully those are the ones I'm using so I don't buffer. But there's the other gate over here. There's this gate over here that Tom Cruise blew the roof off of in the movie. Not that I'm into watching movies about dudes in the Navy. Well, look at how pretty that is out there. Sorry, it's so shaky. Yeah, that's a great distinction you make there. Who's that, John? Injured party, not victim. It's not good to be a victim anyway. Like, to presume to be a victim is like, I don't know, you gotta blame. I go over this a lot, or really well, in my book called Freedom from Government Status Delusions. It's got that Don't Tread on Me flag on the cover. It's orange. But yeah, that's also at shop.freedomfromgovernment.org. Oh man, we're coming right up to the. They have they can use lethal force here. So it says it's closed, but I bet there's a dude there. I'm gonna try to just like turn around. I think they'll let me. I'm not blasting through there or nothing, but there is somebody in there, I bet. See how it's all mirrory. So, pew pew pew. Yeah, they're in the rear view now. Yeah, I should have gone straight right through that. Oh, man. Wow, look at that. That's pretty badass. Well, I guess pretty out here. They usually got jets flying around out here. I'm not seeing any today. But yeah. All right. Well, hey everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I think I'm gonna get going, but I'm just trying to not cause too much trouble. Look at this. They're not gonna like me stopping, but those are like, there's stuff in there, like tanks maybe or something. Yeah. Yeah, hey, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, and one last little reminder, go to shop.freedomfromgovernment.org to get your liberty notices and to get $30 off. Hey, thanks, Coke Dog. Me too. I mean, we all have our, problems, and I'm glad I was there to help her and find her and go down to, man, San Francisco is no joke. They're going to think I'm really up to no good out here because I'm like, really looking at their stuff. Yeah, well, there are things you can do. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, the best way probably to get ready to be free and to, exercise the rights is to just jump in and start doing it. But try to limit your damages beforehand. Get a cheap car, be polite. I mean, we should always treat them how we want to be treated, even if they aren't on the same page or whatever, because they can come back and demonstrate how we acted during an interaction. And if we can show that we were good the whole time and tell them, yeah, well, I'm not going to give you that stuff you're asking for, you have to take it, kind of thing, then I don't know, are they going to want to take it? Who knows? All right. Well, hey, thanks again, you guys. And I don't know, have a great rest of your weekend. It's coming to a close. I'm writing a new book. a few new books, actually. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that stuff coming up. But in the meantime, check out shop.freedomfromgovernment.org. And hey, thank you. And as always, peace.